Tonight, this planet will be pulled inside out.
No way. Swear.
I am a Time Lord.
I thought you were a doctor.
I thought you were a doctor.
I'm calling an ambulance to take you back to psychiatric, from which we've obviously escaped.
The Eye of Harmony is open. If I don't close it, get my TARDIS and the Master off this planet will no longer exist.
Hello everyone, TARDIS Guy 123 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the TV movie. Yep, Paul McGann's first story as the Doctor, and in a way his last story, in a way not. You know, if you count Big Finish, then it's very far from his last story. If you just count this and Night of the Doctor, then it's his second to last story. You know, it's the tragedy of Paul McGann. He only got one proper TV thing, and then a short story, and the even bigger tragedy is that that short story was better than the TV movie. Some people may disagree, I think most people won't, but, you know. Big Finish, however, I haven't listened to too much of it, but I've heard there's loads and loads of good stuff out there, so, and Paul McGann deserves that. He is a very good Doctor. You can tell from the TV movie that even though the script is rather bad, and the plot is rather bad, and some of the acting could be better, Paul McGann is great in it. Do you like the dramatic pauses? Anyway, yeah, Paul McGann, he's very good Doctor. He's the best part of this movie, to be honest. And, you know, you often have kind of like Tom Baker stories where Tom Baker makes those stories better, and Paul McGann makes this story better. I've just got an email. Paul McGann is worth watching this movie for. He truly is. He gives such a great performance, and it's a shame that, you know, a lot of the movie is spent with Sylvester McCoy, who is a good Doctor, don't get me wrong, but, you know, a lot of the movie, it just takes time away from Paul McGann, and since Sylvester McCoy got quite a few TV episodes, you kind of want more Paul McGann. I'm glad that they started off with a regeneration, though. I'm glad he didn't just thrust right into a new Doctor like the new series did. Looking at you, Christopher Eccleston. It's not his fault, it's Russell T Davies, but, anyway. Paul McGann himself, and then he has to act as the post-regeneration trauma Doctor for a while, but you know, anyway, and then he finally gets his time at the end. The movie itself, it's very American, I think is the only way to put it nicely. You know, and American TV works great. It's kind of like late 20th century American style TV, and theatre kind of stuff can work, but just it's not suited for Doctor Who. It doesn't feel right for Doctor Who, and it means that it's American. That it's the American style that alienates the Doctor Who fans at the time, but it's the too many references to the classic series that alienated the American audience, which is part of the reason that it failed. Because obviously it went down rather well in Britain, but America, it didn't work. That was the main area that they were aiming for, so the TV series wasn't picked up, and I'm kind of glad that it wasn't, because, you know, even if we did get some good episodes from it, I think what we eventually got with the new series, because, I mean, this American TV series wouldn't have lasted that long, and probably would have been cancelled eventually. But anyway, but now we've got Doctor Who going stronger than ever, and, well, more than some of Stephen Moffat's stories aren't the best. You know, at least it still feels very British in a lot of senses. That's the best I got, I'm afraid. But anyway, you know, Paul McGann is very good in this, as I've said earlier. I don't know why I'm repeating myself on that topic, but he's the best part of this. I'm trying to make this review as positive as possible. The ending, that whole plot bit, I don't know, very confusing. The Doctor's half human now, apparently. Don't know why they decided to pull that out of nowhere. I think it's kind of like the American style thing to do, to try and make the Doctor more relatable, I guess, which doesn't really work, really. And just to throw something like that in the continuity that's never mentioned again, thank goodness. But, you know, it's fine as an off reference, I guess. You could kind of like say, oh, well, he was post-generation, he was a bit traumatic, but then the Master says it as well. And while we're on that topic, let's talk about the Master. Now let's stop talking about the Master. There's nothing no, there's not much good to say about him, because, I mean, this whole snake thing, that could have been realised better. I can't remember the actor's name, I don't know if I knew it in the first place. I mean, he does an okay job of it, I guess, but it's too bland. I think the script isn't really good enough for it, and just the whole villainous approach to it doesn't really work too well. And, you know, there are some scary moments with the whole gunk thing. It's the only way I could describe it, but other than that, it doesn't really work too well. And then the idea of him trying to steal the Doctor's regenerations through all that Eye of Harmony stuff, and then him falling into the Eye of Harmony, it honestly could have been done so much better, I'm afraid. But yeah, and then two companions, Grace Holloway I think it is, and I can't remember the other one's name. Would you even count them as companions? I don't know. I think it's Grace Holloway. It might not be Holloway. I know it's definitely Grace. She's okay in this. I guess. She sounds more American than Perry. Yeah, I went there. No offense to Perry, she does get much better. I mean, listen to Masters of Earth and the Rhyme Elite, she's very good in that. And she does have some good moments in TV. In fact, I prefer it to Grace Holloway. This is in a review of any Sixth Doctor story. This is a review of the Eighth Doctor story. Grace, you know, I think she's a good character for the purpose of the plot, but beyond that, she can get a bit annoying at times. And then the whole kiss thing, which has now sparked a new series, so, you know, Doctor kissing a companion, I'm not really for it, to be honest. I think the best relationship the Doctor ever had was that with the Aztec and Kamika. Something like that. In the Aztecs, I think that was probably the best relationship story featuring the Doctor. Here, it just feels forced and it feels very Americanized. The whole thing just feels like an Americanized version of Doctor Who, which makes sense because that's what it is. But yeah, there are some good parts of it as well, like the whole action sequence. That works quite well. The music could be a bit more Doctor Who-ish. I'm rambling now. You know, it's just not a good story, but it's Paul McGann's only one, unless you count Night of the Doctor. And to be honest, Night of the Doctor, I think it's a better watch, even though it's much shorter. But anyway, you know, if you want a good, well, not a good, if you want a good Paul McGann story, go to Big Finish or Night of the Doctor. If you want a good Paul McGann story that actually lasts a while, go to Big Finish. If you just want to see Paul McGann on TV for a extended period of time that doesn't involve clicking the replay button on Night of the Doctor, then the Doctor Who TV movie is the one to go for. You know, some people like it, you may like it. I don't know. I personally don't like it that much. I don't watch it too often. I didn't even watch it to review this, which would probably have helped. You know, but this is a bit of a rush review at the moment. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, admitting it's the first step. But anyway, TV movie has some merits. One of them, the very big merit being Paul McGann himself. Other than that, it's a bit of a waste of time if you ask me. So much of a waste of time I didn't watch it to review this, as I've already said. But anyway, I think I'm going to end this review here, because I haven't got anything more to say, to be honest. Rating wise, I guess 4 out of 10 is the most generous I can give. 3 out of 10 is probably the most accurate. Let's go 3 out of 10. It is one of my least favourite Doctor Who stories, unfortunately. Well, bottom 20, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen every Doctor Who story, so it's hard to tell. There are probably some worse than this. Ghostlight I'm not too fond of. Is it worse than this? I don't know. Very low down on my Doctor Who list, though. Some new series stories are worse than this, but anyway, I think this is a suitable point to end it on. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all next time with a top 10 which I haven't decided upon yet, and that will be followed by the Christmas Invasion review, which will probably be too late then because that'll be after Christmas, but oh well. doesn't really matter. And then the Trial of the Valiard review, and then some more Big Finish stuff accompanying that. Not actual reviews, just a bit of news on my position with Big Finish and whatnot. And what I'm going to be reviewing in the new year. And then last Christmas review, then another top 10, then whoosh into the new year. So hopefully I'll be able to upload that for you guys to enjoy. Thanks for watching this review, everyone, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.